It's possible to chase big goals without killing your joy. Welcome back, Nation, to another weekly episode where we sit down with high performers to unpack how they are thriving in their field and what you can do to apply it to your own journey. Today, we're talking about how energy, humor, and identity shape the way you succeed. Today's guest is Adil, a mortgage broker, team leader, and a stand-up comedian who's built his entire career around connection and staying human in high-pressure environments.
I like the intro. Let's keep it slightly on the low for the stand-up comedian career. I mean, I've been on stage a few times. I've had some videos, a very, very lamentable YouTube channel, but very happy I did it. I think this started as a dare between myself and 3 other friends. And we decided to take this stand-up comedy class, which, by the way, I recommend everyone to consider. It's definitely going to get you outside of your comfort zone. And it's going to push you to levels where you would think that you're not a funny person, but people find out that you're funny. It's a little bit about Toastmaster, for example. It's an organization that can help you with public speaking. So you beat the anxiety and you're able to go in front of a crowd, right? So I was maybe thinking about it 7 or 8 years ago to jump on that, to be better at my public speaking in front of 20, 40, 50, 100 people. And stand-up comedy is the same thing, right? There are some classes out there that will help you work on your material. The course is usually 6 to 8 weeks. And you present in front of your family and friends one evening.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was very revealing. The dopamine levels were very high that night. I decided to go first. I did my 10 minutes and I had many laughs and I got hooked since then. Done a few gigs here and there. I would probably say maybe the last year I've been dormant a little bit, but eager to go back on stage.
Interesting how you didn't plan to get hooked on it and then you try something new.
Exactly.
And you love it so much.
Absolutely.
I like how you tried something new. If you never tried it, you would have never found out that you liked it.
Exactly. And I think that's how we limit ourselves because we don't know what's on the other side of what we're about to experience, right? So I see a lot of people saying bungee jumping is not for me, taking lessons is not for me, or going on a plane even. I have friends that never been on a plane yet. And for them, they're happy. They're born here, Ottawa, raised, and they can't see themselves going on a plane. They don't want to discover the world.
Yeah,
it's if their discovery is inward, I guess. We're looking outward and we're looking at discovering the world. For them, it's everything inside.
To each their own. What's harder?
Yeah.
Making a crowd laugh or getting a mortgage deal done?
Oh boy, these days probably a mortgage deal. Our industry has been through a lot of changes. I've been in this industry for almost 20 years. I do remember the early days where you bring half of the documents required, a good name, a driver license, a few documents, and bim, you got yourself a mortgage amortized over 35 years, 40 years, sometime with 0 down and that sort of thing. And that brings us to the financial meltdown of 2008 in the States, which trickled down into Canada and changed a lot of things.
I haven't worked in that industry. What do you think is one of the biggest changes in the industry?
Regulation, compliance. It was a bit of a Wild West 20 years ago. Essentially, there's no consumer protections. It was free for all, as they say. And I think right now there's more structure. There's more scrutiny too as well. And I believe some of the government bodies or provincial bodies are more interested in making sure that Canadians, are protected and are getting the best deal and know exactly what they sign up for.
For sure.
Yeah.
And where do you think it's going?
I think it's going to be very interesting to watch the next 5 years with AI coming into the mix. Buying a property or buying a mortgage takes a lot of different other parties that are involved, from the realtor to the inspector to the mortgage broker or the bank rep to the lawyers to the insurer. I mean, there's at least 15 to 20 people involved in the process. I think all of this will get streamlined, and I think we're going to see a lot of people demanding that the process is fair and better. And in return, I mean, we can delve into it, but the mortgage industry is a big industry in Canada. I mean, real estate is huge, part of our GDP. And behind real estate is financing and mortgages. And it's weird because it's one of those industries where there's a lot of people working in it, but everybody knows each other. We would go to functions here, and then everybody knows it. Everybody knows every broker, and it's like, hey, how you doing? So it's a lot of changes that are going to be coming, but I think AI will play a big part in document reception, verifying documents with CRA and all the other government bodies. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah.
It's popular, the idea that in real estate, people is the best part of the whole industry. I ask people, why do you switch from banking to real estate? And they all say it's because of the people. People are the best. Real estate, the relationships are what matters the most.
Absolutely. I think people, you got to enjoy what you do with people that you like. And sometimes people, you don't like. And that's the real estate game. It doesn't mean that I don't like to do business with you. It's just that you like the haves, I like the sends. So maybe after work, we go our separate ways, right? But I think, especially in Canada, I think we enjoy working with people and we love people. And people are awesome. Politics, on the other hand, are a set of problems that are coming with the mix. And I think that causes a lot of issue in our industry. Everybody loves everybody in our industry. It just, the politics makes it difficult. Synchrony and everything.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And then they just change your whole game for you. Must be frustrating.
Absolutely. It's an industry that changes every 3 months. There's new regulation. I'm not sure if you guys follow the Bank of Canada calls religiously. Like, we're on our computer at 9:59 a.m. trying to wait 8 times a year, trying to guess, do you think it's going to go up? Do you think it's going to stay? Do you think it's going to go down? And we have 3 sets of emails ready to go to our database based on the answer.
Okay.
If we think that everything is going to stay flat, or our campaign for the spring is going to change. If we think there's going to be a rate drop, we're going to be more aggressive.
Yeah.
And it's those things, information and data, very important in our business.
In this high stakes environment, I want to talk about how important is that in all of that mix. So when you don't allow yourself to enjoy things outside of work, how does it show up in your own work?
Yeah, that's a great question. I always think about, if something happens to me tomorrow and I die, there'll be a posting for my job and somebody will replace me. Eventually they'll find someone, hopefully not better than me, but somebody that can do the job and pick it on. So, at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, what am I doing this for, right?
Okay.
I enjoy helping people. I enjoy helping my peers. And I enjoy helping any Canadian get into a home, their first home or their 10th home. I'm a big proponent of success, right? Whenever I meet with a client, it's basically, okay, I'm not just going to talk because you want to buy this condo and that's it. But what do we want to do the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? For example, a single mother of 3 that came out of a very, very bad marriage, go from bankrupt to owning 5 properties in 7 years. It's very impressive. Very proud of her. She rebuilt her life, and a lot of people didn't think that it was possible, but she proved a lot of people wrong.
Wow.
And looking at that makes me feel real good in the morning to pick up the next phone call or to answer the next email.
Makes you feel
that you're making a difference and that you have a purpose here.
What gets you out of bed every morning?
Yes.
Is there more to it?
The money? No. In everything, I'm always going to tell you the money is always complementary, right? Money is it's the standard in our industry, the standard in life. If you want to have freedom, you need to have money. So that's the best advice I can give you. Now, question is, what I learned was that always if you take care of the people around you and you take care of your loved ones and the people that you like, even the people that you don't like to a certain degree, the money will come. Yeah. And I come from an industry where we don't get a paycheck every 2 weeks. We're 100% commission based.
Okay.
So there's some month where you're making nothing, and there's some other month you're laughing.
Good.
And part of our job was referral by word of mouth. So if I help you, you're referring me your friend, your cousins, or somebody that you know in your circle is the best way to kind of push my business ahead and get to my goals. If you focus on people around you and you make sure that they're good, in return, they're going to be your greatest cheerleaders and they will take care of you after. Exactly. Absolutely. I'm always chasing a high.
Okay.
Every day when I wake up. And sometimes we wake up, we're groggy. We didn't have a good night's sleep. I try to calibrate where I know I have a list of things to do. And I make sure that that to-do list is already started the night before. So I know how to tackle my day.
Okay.
And I guess by finalizing everything on that to-do list and going through my agenda, it's that 6 p.m., 7 p.m. hits, and I reached that high, that dopamine level that I was looking for. I did it. I conquered the day. You seize the day and you complete it.
Yeah.
And I think as much as everybody will tell you, it's a great feeling to have, to complete everything. And that list is going to get filled back up by tomorrow. But it's just that extra step and a combination of all those completed days. At the end of 3 months, you're in Argentina, you're in Chile, just looking at the mountains and enjoying your vacation, right?
I'm wondering now.
Yeah.
This very wise response.
Right.
Do you always have this mentality or do you grow up to this standard?
I slip up. Sometimes I just wake up, I want to do nothing. I just want to stay on the couch and that sort of thing. That happens rarely now, just because I think there's enough momentum to push me forward to do more. And it's by all the little habits that you put in play. And, you know, I never think about big goals. We need to close 40 deals.
Okay.
That's our goal. Well, 40 deals, I look at it weekly. We're talking about maybe 6.5 deals, 7 deals, let's say roughly. That's 1 deal a day.
Okay.
My closing ratio is 75%. So if I got 2 applications a day,
that's pretty good.
Chances are I'm going to close 1 deal a day.
Yeah.
And how do I get 2 applications a day? So, you know, it comes down to your business.
Yeah.
And you see, how do I get my leads? I have 7 streams. I have cold calls. I have my email campaign. I have social media. I have my realtor list. And the list goes on. I got to go into a diet. My diet is by 9 a.m., I got to make 10 phone calls, send 15 emails, and make sure that I do 4 postings and call 2 realtors.
Okay.
So if I do this constantly for 30 days in a row, and it's all about execution at that point, a lot of people know what to do. The majority won't be able to execute because there's a block.
What's the block?
And it's a mental block. It's in you. It just, you can't see past it. I'm not going to say it's a phobia, but it's just a block. And I had that block before. Growing up, I looked at lawyers on TV and movies thinking that, hey, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be this one day and that sort of thing. English is not my first language. French was my first language. And I came to Canada, I was about maybe 14.
Okay.
And by 16, I was fluent in English. And by watching those TV shows and those movies, I'm like, I don't speak like a lawyer. I put myself in a block immediately because I have a thick accent. I don't know how to say these words properly. I'm not going to last a chance in front of a judge or anything like that.
So you didn't have the confidence.
I didn't have the confidence, but I sabotaged myself from the beginning, saying like, there's no way I can be a lawyer. I got to look at something else. And I think that's huge because you're leaving a lot on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you tell them?
I would tell them to consider law school and to go into it because now half of my friends are lawyers.
Right.
I speak better than them. Hey, I think I can keep up a conversation. I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I can do well in front of a judge. I was laughing the other day. Not saying things haven't worked out for me. I'm just saying that what if I went that route, right? Would have been a great lawyer. Would have been somebody that maybe would be in a different industry or maybe in the same industry. Who knows?
Yeah.
And just that block can cost you a lot. And that's why execution is very important, right? And some people have that block where they're like, I'm not good enough. I can't do it.
That answer.
Yeah.
I love it because this lack of confidence
Yes.
can discourage you from your actual dreams.
Absolutely.
You're doing pretty good now,
Of course.
right?
Exactly.
Now, I want to talk about your growth after all these years. Have you achieved your whole potential?
If I'm going to put it on a meter scale,
Yeah.
I'd probably tell you I'm at 75%. I'm content. I'm not happy. I'm content to, first of all, have good health, obviously,
Yeah.
to be loved, to love, having a car, having a house, having all the toys that I wanted.
Right.
I'm content. I'm still figuring out the ultimate purpose. I'm going to be 50 in about 3 years.
Okay.
So between me and my friends now, we call this the halftime show. So it's basically the first 2 quarters are done.
Yeah.
Now you got to focus on the last 2 quarters, right?
Yeah.
Things are important at that age too, as well as retirement. You have more conversation about insurance. You have more conversation about like preparing for the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Okay.
Am I going to open orphanages back where I come from in Africa? Am I going to do something here that is very meaningful and helpful for the community? We do a lot of fundraiser. We do a lot of help here with CHIO, Ottawa Sense Foundation, and many, many other like outlet in the city that help a lot of people. So it just to figure out, because you have to give back in the 3rd quarter.
Right.
That's the main reason why I'm here today or tonight, right? It's just to give back and have a quick chat with you, and hopefully somebody listens to this and they get inspired about it, right? Because
The purpose.
you guys are in the 1st quarter right now. It's the fun quarter. We still don't know if we're going to win the game or lose the game.
Yeah.
But, the 2nd quarter is going to be extremely important because it's going to dictate the halftime show and then
The 3rd and 4th.
an NBA final or the Super Bowl or the Stanley Cup final. That's how you gotta visualize it.
If you can tell something to the whole student community out there, what would be your advice to them on how they can achieve their full potential?
It's not an easy question, but it's a good question. Obviously, I don't want to be the guy that tells you be good, have some good grades, study hard, blah, 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 and that sort of thing, because you can find that everywhere. We're talking about like online and how everything can be interpreted the way that you want to and how you can build a Superman diet to look the best and be the best and that sort of thing. So obviously, have a code with principles, morals, anything that you want to do, right? Speak the truth, even if it's leading to your own demise. I always lived by that rule. My uncle taught me that.
Yeah.
Even if it leads to your own demise.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a tough one too because it's going to lead to your own demise, right? So you have to keep that in mind, but it forces you to be a better person. It's going to be tough because I didn't know I was going to be in this industry until late into my 2nd quarter, right? I didn't have any idea I was going to end up in the real estate and mortgage industry. If you are in the 1st quarter, be curious about everything. Try to understand exactly what's going on around you. Just don't be naive and don't consider politics, for example, as something that you don't care about. Politics affect all of us. Just understand that you don't need to know a lot of it or go knee deep, but just understand what's going on. Be ready to adapt. There's a lot of changes. My shift would start from 4 p.m., would close at midnight, and we'll be out by 1 a.m. But it was so much traffic that we had crazy lineups from like 6 p.m. all the way to 11 p.m. Families were there. It was a great way to entertain the family. You got to think about it, right? It's either you go to the movies, the theater, and it's going to cost you like $50 to get the whole family, or you can go get 2 new releases, 2 pack of popcorn, and 2 liter of Coke for $9.99.
Yeah.
At home, and you would get a video game with it. You would be able to rent like an old movie collection and that sort of thing. Everybody was coming, and I was very popular at the time. And one day, this company called Netflix came to buy a common Blockbuster and told them, "Hey, you can buy us for $50 million. We believe in the future that people will be streaming." Oh, get out of here. And look at what happened. The rest is history, right? So, important lesson from the past, adapt. Be ready to adapt, because things are going to change a lot for you guys than how it changed for us.
Yeah.
Like I said, the next 5 years are going to be astronomical in terms of gains and in terms of what's coming out. There's a better app coming out every other day. The technology that is coming in, it's either you embrace it or you're going to stay behind.
Don't even get me started on that.
Yeah.
I've been working on a real estate startup for the last year.
Yes.
It's an app.
Oh, well, it's a journey.
But it's incredible. The way I was doing it at the beginning and the way I've been doing it now, it's just every single tool just comes out like, a new tool for you today. And now I basically have an AI building an AI website for me.
Right.
In a blink of an eye, I've already have an app, site, landing page, forms, everything I want. With just
Absolutely.
an idea. You just need to think.
Well, of course.
People don't do that very often. But anyways, going back to my questions.
Sure.
Yeah, so we were talking about how can students achieve their full potential.
Right.
Be ready to adapt. You had this rule, this principle from your uncle. Is there any other principle that you live your life by?
One thing that really worked for me, and I can't stress it enough, have a mentor. Have someone that is wherever you're trying to go.
Okay.
If it's an HR person, or if it's a marketing wizard, or you're trying to be a lead generator or a mortgage broker, or whatever industry you're hitting, try to get the mentor. And the mentor would be somebody that has achieved a lot in that industry that you can talk to. And you want to think of all of this as a pyramid.
Okay.
So your mentor and the people that you trust the most are on top.
Okay.
So these are the people that you listen to the most.
Right.
Those people are going to be your leader. Right in the middle is essentially your friends and family, essentially the people that love you.
Yeah.
Probably don't understand what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Your friends.
The rest of the crew, as I call them.
Right.
The non-believer, the people that have no idea what you do for a living.
Right.
And I have some friends already that still have no idea that I'm a mortgage broker and confuse me to a real estate agent, right? After 20 years. And I have to remind them. But I give up on them. Yeah.
I mean, it's tough, but I think this is why I love the podcast so much personally. I get to share your experience with everybody else. I'm able to tap into your full potential.
Yes.
It's such a magnificent experience to just and listen. It's so important to just sit, forget about everything that you know, and get ready to learn everything again.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I 100% agree with it.
Stop learning. Every day I still learn like a new lesson, and it just doesn't stop, right? So it's a thing to always tell the next generation. We never had that. We never had the social media. We never had podcasts or anything like that, right?
Right.
Like, how can we hang around with mentors or people that we know?
Adil is one of the founders of Telfair Finance Society, which is...
Correct.
I just found that out.
My name is in there, and I remember raising about $8,000.
Wow.
The first year, sponsorship. Casino nights, wings nights, stock market competition tournaments and stuff that we set up. We did a lot. So that's a nice little bracket here. I don't know where they keep the data here, but so you'll look it up and you'll find.
I'm currently working through getting some sponsors for the podcast.
Yes.
$8,000 is impressive.
Well, that's 2001 money.
Yes.
So that's even more now. With inflation,
Yeah.
you're probably talking double that amount.
Now that we've talked about the deep stuff,
Yes.
now we can chill back a little bit and talk about habits. When we met,
Yes.
you mentioned you're highly organized.
Exactly.
What's one thing that actually works for you to be organized?
It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Again, there's a lot of things you can see. If you make up your bed first thing in the morning,
Right.
and then that means your brain is not cluttered and you'll be able to apply this in life and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
For me to be organized, I have to rely on my phone and my calendar.
Okay. Yeah.
That's number one, right?
sure.
As much as possible. Fortunately, because it's the end of my second quarter,
Yeah.
my phone ringers off.
Okay.
There's a reason why, because if I get 100, 200 calls a day,
Distracts you.
it's distraction, right? The days of multitasking, that was another trend, I think. It was very popular in the early 2000s to have like 3 computer screen, Less is more now. I don't multitask anymore. If I focus, I write myself the night before, these are the 4 things I want to accomplish tomorrow. And again, I don't do this every night. It's Monday to Thursday. I tend to say tomorrow is a busy day. Those are the 4 things I want to accomplish. Put them on my list, high priority item, and I tackle these first thing in the morning. I don't check my email. I don't check my calls. And then I just have a period of time where I tackle all those tasks after.
You read the book Deep Work by Cal Newport?
No, I haven't read it, but familiar. I have a friend who's a bookworm, and he has a book club.
Book club.
Should.
I cannot shut up about my books. Everybody around me knows that
That's a good thing to have. Everybody follow him.
every solution for me is a book. But anyways,
Yes.
I have a thing for you
Yeah. Okay.
from him.
Mm-hmm.
It's shallow work is a trap.
Yes.
Don't mistake motion for meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Shallow work keeps you busy, but
Yeah.
empty.
Yeah.
It's the kind of work that fills your calendar, but not your soul.
Mm.
You answer emails, work that a machine can do soon.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Triage. Yeah.
It's work that anyone else could replicate with
Yeah.
ease.
Absolutely.
It feels productive, but it's a treadmill.
Yeah.
Shallow work won't build your legacy. Choose depth or be replaced.
That's right. I totally agree with that.
The
It
point is that-
resonates a lot with me. And I think a couple years back, I found myself using, the snooze options all the time. You lose your touch because nothing gets done. It's only the basic stuff. These days, you don't even know who's answering you back in an email. If it's AI, if it's an assistant, or if it's
Yes.
even you.
Yeah,
Right?
that is scary.
So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, sure, use it. And triage is a big part of our system right now. We get about 200 emails a day.
So triage,
Yeah.
can you explain what's triage?
So triage, if you've been in a hospital, the head nurse will come see you and then gauge the level of pain that you have from 1 to 10. If you've been to any Canadian hospital, everybody will know what I'm talking about. Depending on your pain, if it's a 9 or an 8, or if you're pretty much dying, then you'll be seen and you'll be bumped into the top of the list. If you're there for just a headache or you're mild, they'll just give you a Tylenol and tell you like, oh, it's about 6-hour wait.
Yeah.
And you wait, right? But unless you're dying, no one is going to come and see you. Pretty much I apply the same principle in my business now.
How?
In terms of the email itself, there's myself and 3 other people have access to my email.
Okay.
And the way it took us a year to be in sync, to kind of like figure out, oh, this is an email I'm going to answer.
Yeah.
This is the email that is related to me. It's customer service, customer satisfaction. That's my thing.
Okay.
You can make it fancy, color coded, and that sort of thing. But essentially, triage is done where we went through 50 email. 5 of these require your attention. immediately.
80-20 rule.
Exactly. Pick the one that is right for you.
Okay.
That's what I have to say about email, which is a big part of my day-to-day operation. So the phone calls and everything else, you can schedule these a couple hours a day or 3 hours a week, whenever it's needed.
This is just to show off my skills here. So it's another
I
excerpt
came here to learn.
from the same book.
Perfect. Special effect. I love it.
No distractions, no tabs open. That's the arena where the real work happens. You don't need noise to build something timeless. Woody Allen never touched a computer and wrote 44 award-winning films. Peter Higgs worked in such solitude he went missing. Gates took himself off-grid to map Microsoft's future. And Neil Stephenson outright refuses to trade novels for email replies. Deep work isn't just a productivity hack, it's how you extract every last drop from your brain, how you strain the muscle of your mind until it grows. It's where breakthroughs happen, where mastery is forged, and is getting rarer by the minute. So the question isn't whether you're smart enough, it's whether you can carve out the silence required to become dangerous. Cut noise, block access, get in the cave, then stay there.
It reminds me of a couple of agents at the office.
Yeah.
And I think they're really deeply into this because they're in their office. It's a door. There's no windows.
Yeah.
It's pretty dark and they have their headphones and they're just plugging away.
Yeah.
It's to the point where we need to knock and have a flashlight to get their attention. So
Wow.
that is very, very, very common to hear right now.
And I think it's interesting to what you said. You have 80 emails. Not all of them are important, or not all of them are as important as the other 5.
Yeah.
So I think what it says about focusing on what matters most. Alex Hormozy,
Of course.
something that he said, I just listened to it, and I think he posted on LinkedIn.
Hmm.
You have to figure out what works. If you're studying for an assignment or an exam or whatever it may be, and you know that doing a specific task works, if you know what works, do more of what works. Figure out the reasons why you cannot do more of that, eliminate them, and focus on doing more of what works.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think part of the business development that we teach our new agents is it's the activity levels, right? So you want to do more of the money commission generated activity levels than, for example, to do your compliance paperwork, which we tell people do this at home at night because you don't need a brain for this. You can just put it together. Prime time, your time is your real estate. So between 9 to 5, navigate the relationship, go meet new people, build your network, do those type of activities. Then don't do a compliance at 10 in the morning.
Okay.
Work in front of a computer. That's not going to get you ahead. And that's where I like what you said is that do the stuff that work, do it better, and do it faster.
Yeah. Focus on your relationships where you have the most energy.
For sure, 100%. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. There's this saying that says either be the smartest, either cheat, or you be the first. And if you become the first, is the easiest path. If you're not smart. That's what I would probably tell a lot of people.
I want to think about that.
Yeah, exactly. Because we do have about maybe 40 to 50 agents in our brokerage. Some of them just finished high school, and some of them have master's degrees.
Wow.
I see what the difference between the two types are. Hard work is definitely part of the mix, a good understanding of technical knowledge of the business. But it's almost that like the two type have no fear of trying and executing. I mean, there's some that came and never executed and left the industry. But for the one that always did, they weren't afraid to jump.
Okay. Now going back to the habits, do you have a daily ritual that helps you keep everything under control?
So I like to get my 7 hours of sleep minimum.
Okay.
I have an app that checks my sleeping, tells me how I'm doing.
Which app?
It's called Sleep Monitor.
Interesting.
Yeah. It tells you your deep sleep, your light sleep, your REM sleep.
With your watch, or how does it track?
You could do it with the watch, or you can just have the phone to you. It records you snoring, so that's a lot of fun. But a good night of sleep, for me, it's amazing for cognitive performance, longevity, the problems appear much simpler and easier. Some people can sleep and function with 5 or 6 hours. 7 is for me. That's what I need. Some other people need 9. You got to figure out what it is. I'm never going to be the type of person that tells you the world belongs to those who wake up early. I have friends that go to bed at 2 in the morning, wake up at like 2 in the afternoon, but they're successful because they run restaurants and they're part of the nightlife and that sort of thing. For the most part, 5:30 is my sweet spot. I wake up, stay grounded a little bit. If I can jump on the treadmill for like 20 or 30 minutes just to take care of myself, my health, and that sort of thing, it gives me a good kickstart.
So sleep priority.
Sleep is always a priority. You want your life to change, be a professional sleeper.
I like
So treat sleep like work. Now, I understand in the first quarter it's going to be a little bit tough because you have deadlines and you do a lot of things. I was I was skipping days sometimes with no sleep, right? When it was my university days. But for the most part, now I value it more because I know that I'm sharper. I know that I can do a lot more. My energy levels are going to stay the same. And my ritual is always get my supplements in before, try not to eat a couple hours before, try not to drink too much because we want to make sure we have those 7 hours, no interruption, and then just wake up fresh for my shift. Treat it like work. And if there's a lot of issue that you have in your life and stuff like that, I'm not saying don't pay the rent or anything like this, but if you're in a position to sleep, life is going to reward you greatly.
Okay.
And I was one of those guys like, you sleep when you die and that sort of thing. Big mistakes, I admit it. Sleep is very important. I think, too, what I'm going to add is that part of the morning between 6 to 9 o'clock.
Okay.
It's probably the amount of time that you will have all the time in the world to do whatever you want and no one is going to bug you. The world is not awake yet. By 7, everybody start getting up, taking a shower. You probably finished, writing an article or finished a couple tasks and that sort of thing. And by 9 o'clock, my phone start ringing. So I'm not saying again that wake up early and seize the day, but it is true. You can get a lot done between 6 and 9 every morning.
For sure. Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, he wakes up every day at 4 a.m.
I used to wake up at 2 o'clock to go to the airport.
I mean, I don't think it's healthy.
Yeah.
For him, it is, though.
Yeah.
What he says is exactly that. Imagine being the CEO of Disney.
Yes.
With such a big conglomerate with different companies and everything. It must be so busy. For
Oh,
them.
my God, yes.
And how do you stay human? How do you do the things that you like? Well,
For sure.
He says, I wake up at 4 a.m. and I have 4 or 5 hours for myself.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
That is true.
He agrees with what you say. Now I want to connect it to something else that is by the coach of Conor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Going to MMA now. I like it.
Conor McGregor wakes up every day at 1 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else, his trainers, his doctors, everything else.
Yeah.
But he wakes up at like 1 p.m. every day. And what he says is, you have an internal clock. You either work with it or against it.
Absolutely.
So,
That's why I gave you the example of some people that they're night owls.
Exactly.
And they need to make sure that their business is working until 2 a.m. in the morning, right? And they sleep until 2 in the afternoon. It's totally normal.
It's totally fine.
It's just once in a while I'll do that too, if it's on vacation or something like that. Like I said, it's not religiously like wake up at 5:30 every day. I mean, sometime on the weekend, I wake up at 8. I watch a late movie with the wife and stuff like that. It's just, it is what it is, right? So,
That's what it is.
But, my full-time occupation, definitely that sweet spot from Monday to Friday, it's 5:30 in the morning. 5:30. And then that means by 10:30, before 10:30, I should be asleep.
Now, let's do a lightning round.
Okay.
So, fast questions,
Sure.
fast answers.
Yeah.
Do you have
Take it easy.
Yeah. Do you have a book, show, or movie you always recommend?
I really like Wall Street movies.
Okay.
Margin Call is another good one.
Okay.
Tells you a lot about the business side. Glengarry Glen Ross is a very good one too as well. The Boiler Room, really liked that one too as well. One of the best book I really liked was The Art of War,
Okay.
Sun Tzu.
Yeah.
So that one was really great. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is probably one of the first book I read. Back then it was, wow, I didn't know the word. You don't learn that stuff in high school.
No, you don't.
I had no idea of what was possible. And by reading this book, it just opened up a lot of things for me. Coming here as an immigrant, we don't have a trust fund. We don't have anything. We come here, we don't even have credit.
You start at zero.
Obviously not going to complain. But, I feel sometimes the school system and the financial literacy in Canada is so underdeveloped.
So bad.
Kids have no idea why they're signing up for their first credit card unless the parents or somebody really explained to them, this is not money, this is the tool to use, like treat it like fire. You need it to get warm, but if you get too close, you can get burnt and that sort of thing. There's so much that you can read online right now, the content too as well on YouTube with all these people that are pro being free and financially wealthy and that sort of thing. You can learn. And I think, again, it's going to come back to the same thing. Everything that you need to know about anything is available online.
Can you execute? Can you take action?
Period. And that's where we're going to have the block popping out on everyone. You're going to see a lot of the people is like, oh, no, I don't think I'll be able to do that.
I'm not good enough.
I'm not good enough. Or I don't speak well. Or I don't do this. Or I don't do that. So I think it's an interesting time that we're living in. And you're going to see a lot of things change in the next 5 years to a point where everybody thinks Tesla is an electric car company, but it's a data company. They collect data. Their cars are collecting data everywhere in North America right now.
With the automated taxis?
Yeah,
Or-
exactly. I had a friend that sent me some picture from San Francisco earlier this year. They have like e-cabs driving by themselves and that sort of thing. How long do you think until it comes here, right? Next 5 years are going to be exciting.
What's one thing you wish you knew at 22?
Why 22? That's a specific age at 22. I think at 22, I was maybe chasing the wrong things. I was chasing money,
Okay.
chasing the girls, sadly. I was chasing, not the fame, but I wanted to be validation and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I just want to go and smack that 22-year-old and tell him, like, listen, you don't need this, you don't need that. Everything will come with it together. And it's just a matter of finding out what you want deep inside, right? Like, what is your, you're not going to find your purpose, but you're going to definitely know what your passion is,
Yeah.
right? At that point, is it cars or is it renewable energy? Whatever it is that you're crazy about, go for it.
Interesting.
So it's about, I think, chasing. We can get distracted a lot at a young age and that sort of thing. And it's fine if you want to buy a sports car and that sort of thing. If that's what you want, go for it.
Yeah.
Is it the right time to do it? That's the question, right? So I would probably tell that to my 22-year-old me.
It's scary, though. It's quite scary.
Yeah.
For me personally, my biggest passion
Right.
is to help people be the best version of themselves.
Right.
It doesn't pay very well, right? There's no more. This thing is like the best thing I could do,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And
It's a start.
although it doesn't pay very well, so there's always that thought in the back of my mind saying, yeah, you might be passionate about this, but how can you make money? So it's scary.
I've been in the mortgage industry for 20 years. I only started doing well near number 7.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of things needed to happen. One was for me to really understand my space. Like, how can I make a career out of it?
Okay.
I was like, how do I get to 40 deals a month? How do I get to 300 or 400 deals a year? How can I get there? What do I need to do? What does that look on my yearly plan? What's my detox? What's my diet? How many calls do I have to make? How many realtors do I have to connect with? How many coffee and that sort of thing? I decided never to look at the big picture. but to look at the small goals and the small daily goals. I think if you're consistent enough and you know where you're heading in that direction, small steps every day will get you to that outcome. Small progress. You have a YouTube channel. Okay, well, what's my goal? I want to get to 100. How do I get to 100? I need to have, 3 people joining up a day for a month. I gotta advertise. I gotta send some emails. I gotta ask some friends to join and ask them to get the friends to join and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Then you get to 100. And then the next step is like, how do I get to 300? Mm-hmm. And the self-help area, the coaching, life coaching, is a huge arena, big arena. A lot of people are in there. And I think you got to find a niche. That's how I see a lot of people attract a group of people.
Right.
And I can think of maybe the example that I see of somebody that I used to know that had an online personal training business. The pandemic happened and their business exploded to the max. And it came to a point where after the pandemic, it went down. So the question become like, how do I get back to that level? Maybe not, but you have to adapt. You have to execute and push the mental block on the side. And he decided to do personal training for people with diabetes, where he grew his client base, worked with doctors, worked with clinics, and said, hey, I specialize in that aspect where my work are easier to follow. I understand a lot about insulin and being diabetic myself.
Yeah.
And he took that to the next level. It's a lesson
for sure
to kind of keep an eye, because having a niche makes you the expert in that niche. Sure.
I'm going to be thinking about...
First one is free.
And
my hourly is $350. Yeah.
The thing that I'm thinking about right now, where it's either small value, large amount of people, or large value, small amount of people. That's exactly what you said.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it's you'll be surprised how there's a lot of content out there, and some people, they get it. They know their niche. They know exactly who they're talking to, and they just focus on that. And like you said, maybe they don't have a big channel, maybe 200 or 300 people in their YouTube channel, but they're making 7 figures a year. Just because they have a niche and they have 20 clients that will pay them $5,000 for a product or something that they sell, right? So it's just to really like find out what you can offer that someone else is not offering, and to do it better than everybody else.
I like that.
Yeah.
If you can place a billboard in every corner around the world, so imagine this billboard is everywhere, and you can place a phrase or quote on that billboard so everybody looks at it and slowly change their mindsets towards something positive. What phrase or quote would you put on it?
You're gonna die tomorrow.
Mortum memorandum.
But you're gonna die. And I like this because it's a very open question. You know, as much as dying ends it all, it makes you think for days. So what does he mean by that? What is he saying by that? You're gonna die.
Yeah, I love it. And you're like, I don't know if this is your idea or not.
No, it's not. A lot of people online talk about that.
It tells you only have one chance.
Exactly.
Don't fuck it up.
Exactly. And it's about, don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to do this. Don't be afraid to take a jump.
Love it.
Have no regrets.
Now I have a fun fact for you. According to a study published by the Journal of Managerial Psychology, employees with strong sense of humor, why do you think humor has that kind of power in the workplace?
I would have to say because of my friends. Growing up, a lot of them, and among us too as well, we have a lot of dark humor between us, right? Yeah. We're able to keep the conversation to a point where we understand where the humor is, but at the same time, it's like, I can't believe you said that. We're pretty open because we have more than 25 or 30 years of friendship in our group chats, racism ran like rampant and stuff like that. There's a lot that we say, but at the same time, everybody knows that this is our type of humor.
I can edit this, so
You don't have to worry about it. Sometimes, like us being in stand-up comedy, we can get away with a lot because it's comedy.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm gonna pick up the microphone and say that in front of a crowd.
yeah, like you said, stay truth,
Yeah.
even though it may.
If it leads to your own demise, yeah,
Thank you so much for being here today.
My
It was a pleasure having you on.
absolutely. Well, I wanted to talk on how we met,
Yeah.
and it was the competition for the real estate case. Very impressed by your presentation.
Thank you.
Well, we didn't stay for the results, but you guys finished second.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they gave you some feedback on why you guys finished second.
It was apparently timing.
Yes. So just to let you know, you were my favorite presentation.
Oh, thank you.
I liked exactly you and your teammates, what you did. And on the final, I think you were ahead by a point or two in the final. And it was a technicality error.
It's a lesson.
So you guys are heroes in my books, public here.
Thank you so much. It was a good experience. And I have this philosophy where every time you think of, oh, I failed or, oh, I messed up, you replace that phrase with, I learned. We are here to bring systems, stories, and strategies that will actually work for life. Follow us on socials, leave a review, and we'll see you next week.